So Shah Jahan was the son of Jahangir, and Shah Jahan takes up the reins of Delhi in the year 1627. And what is Shah Jahan famous for in today's day and age? The construction of Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was built by Shah Jahan in the memory of one of his wives, Mumtaz Mahal. Mumtaz Mahal married Shah Jahan when she was just 19 years old, and she died when she was just 38 after delivering her 14th child. Moving on in the story. Shah Jahan sets his eyes on expanding the Mughal Empire as never seen before. He strengthens his position in the northwest, in the west, in center, east, even attacks south. And now he sets up to complete the unfinished task of Akbar, that is the destruction of the Nizamshahi Empire. The Nizamshahi was shifted from Ahmednagar to Daulatabad, so Shah Jahan attacks Daulatabad. This attack is in the year 1633. If you are a Nizamshahi supporter here, what will you think? Malik Ambar, please come, please help. Because you were the one who saved the Nizamshahi last time from the Mughal attack. So now will Malik Ambar protect the Nizamshahi again from this new attack from Mughals under Shah Jahan? No, because this attack took place in 1633 and Malik Ambar had already died in the year 1626. So now, who protects the Nizamshahi? You will be shocked to know that this time, the warrior, the army general, the commander who fights and leads the army of the Nizamshahi against the Mughals was a Maratha, a Maharashtrian, a Marathi-speaking nobleman named Shahji Raje Bhonsle. He was in the employment under Nizamshahi from Daulatabad. He takes up the responsibility of protecting the Nizamshahi and gives the fight back to the Mughals. And do you know what he does? A very intelligent move. He creates an alliance with Adil Shahi and Qutub Shahi. So Nizamshahi, Adil Shahi and Qutub Shahi enter into an alliance to bring their forces together and combine attack the incoming Mughals so that the south remains under their control. They hated the Mughals. They did not want these northern Mughals to enter south because they had been ruling the south for quite some centuries now. Now these are foreigners for them. These Mughals are foreigners for them. But the Mughals were too strong. Independently, neither the Nizamshahi nor the Qutub Shahi nor the Adil Shahi were any match for the Mughal might. But coming together, they could stand some threat to the incoming Mughals. As soon as the Mughals come to know that the Qutub Shahi and the Adil Shahi are assisting the Nizamshahi, orchestrated by Shahji Raje Bhonsle, they set their eyes to first destroy Qutub Shahi and Adil Shahi. Shah Jahan becomes furious, and as the Qutub Shahi comes to know that the Mughals are now going to attack them, they straight away enter into a peace agreement with the Mughals and they back out. Qutub Shahi is out of the coalition. The Adil Shahi, however, continues its attack. Shah Jahan, with a lot of fury, attacks Adil Shahi and starts destroying its territories. One by one, the Mughals are too strong. They are huge. Their army size is much more big as compared to Adil Shahi. Adil Shahi, of course, also had a huge army, but in comparison with Mughals, they did not stand a match. As the Mughal army under Shah Jahan's rule starts destroying and laying to waste the various territories of Adil Shah, the Adil Shahi Empire decides and understands that it is not right to take up the Mughals now. So they also enter into a peace treaty with the Mughals. This is the year 1636. In 1636, Adil Shahi and Mughals enter into a peace treaty. And do you know what are the clauses of this treaty? They decide to break up the Nizamshahi into two parts. The northern part of Nizamshahi will be taken over by the Mughals and the southern part of the Nizamshahi will be taken over by the Adil Shahi. And who gets stranded in between? Shahji Raje Bhonsle. Where will he go? Because the Nizamshahi he was trying his best to protect has now been broken up. The northern has been taken over by Mughals who were his original enemies. And the south is taken over by Adil Shah, the very Adil Shah with whom he had entered into an alliance with to help him defeat the Mughals. But Shahji Raje Bhonsle now is left with no choice. He surrenders, and on surrendering, he enters into the service of the Adil Shahi as a warrior general in their army. See, these Islamic kings who were ruling India at that time knew the importance of powerful, skilled warriors, statesmen, politicians, and any such kind of useful men who could be of use if kept under employment. So Shahji Raje Bhonsle, even though was on the enemy side earlier, now enters into the employment of Adil Shah. Shah Jahan consolidates his rule, expands the Mughal Empire, and rules over this kingdom for a period of 20 years. However, the majority time of Shah Jahan was spent in trying to control the rebellions happening in the northwestern borders of India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and that side. And due to this, he lacked focus in the south. And this was a boon, a gift to whom? To the remaining two Islamic sultanates in the south, that is Adil Shah and Qutub Shah. Both of them take up this opportunity and gobble up as many independent territories and kingdoms as possible in the south, and the entire southern part now is bifurcated between Qutub Shah and Adil Shah. The small Hindu kings and Hindu rulers here and there are completely defeated, taken over, killed, and their kingdoms are eaten up. Vijayanagar Empire, which was the big boss in the south, now is restricted to a small city in Vellore. Hindu rule in the south is completely finished. Time for some maps. I'll show you some very interesting maps that I've got for all of you. Please have a look. The first map that I want you to see is of the Bahmani Empire in the south. As you can see, it's a huge empire ruling in the south. These are Gulbarga, Bidar, and all these different areas. Elichpur, as I told you. Correct? Now I found one more map which is very interesting. It shows the Vijayanagar Empire and the Bahmani Empire. I'll show it to you now. Okay, now look at this. This is the powerful Vijayanagar Empire. There was this Madurai Sultanate here, which eventually the Vijayanagar Empire took over, and this is the Bahmani Sultanate here. Interesting, right? Now the Bahmani Sultanate breaks up into 5 empires, right? The Deccan Sultanates, I'll show you their map. As you can see, the Vijayanagar Empire is consolidated, and these are the small kingdoms, as you can see, broken up. The Bahmani Sultanate broken up into these small empires. Now, as you can see, I've kept in front of you the Indian map, which I took from Google Maps. This entire land parcel earlier was called as India. Now, this entire area has been shrunk down to another map, which I wanted to show you, to explain to you the extent of the Mughal Empire, the Qutub Shah Empire, the Adil Shah Empire, and you will be fascinated to see it. Have a look. Look at this map. So the earlier map I showed you, so please get this right. Yes, this is slightly shrunk here because Kabul, Ghazni, etc. is there in Afghanistan. So the map actually extends to a lot left than what you see here. But still, I hope you got the context. This is Delhi here. This is the Pakistan area. This is the Afghanistan area. And you look at the part which has been marked as the Mughal territory. Isn't it huge? Look at this. This is the entire place is the Mughal territory here. Correct? Right up to Bengal. This entire place is Mughal territory, ruled from Delhi. Can you imagine what power they must be yielding? Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan. Crazy, right? This is the extent of power they had. And now in the south you can see, this is the huge Adil Shahi Empire and this is the Qutub Shahi Empire. These are also huge on map. They look small. They look small in comparison with the Mughal Empire. However, I hope you realize independently they are huge empires ruling practically the entire south. In fact, these small kingdoms you see here and there were also eventually taken up. So this was the setting of India at the beginning of the 17th century. Isn't it crazy? The times we live in today, just few hundred years back, this was the situation of our country. Apart from these Islamic invaders, were there any other foreigners? Oh yes, there were Britishers already on our shores. There were the Dutch, there were French, there were Portuguese. Portuguese were already ruling over Goa. Goa, my native place, with utmost cruelty. We will talk about their cruelties later, but I just want to tell you, these foreigners were already on our soil. Don't think the Britishers came somewhere in the 19th century. No, they were already here. They were here on the pretext of being traders. Dutch, British, French, Portuguese, everyone was there here. Small colonies they had. So when we enter into the details of the stories of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, you will hear a lot of British angles, French angles, Portuguese angles, Dutch angles. So don't be surprised. They were already here. So now at this juncture, I end my video here. But I will tell you what is my plan for the next video, so that you are clear. The next video will be dedicated to understand the detailed story of what happened around the life of Shahji Raje Bhonsle. Why was he there in the Nizamshahi? How did he try his best to protect the Nizamshahi? How did he do alliances with the Adil Shahi, Qutub Shahi? Did he have any connection with the Mughals? His life story, we will be going into details. So you should know that till now, I have been fast forwarding the story to just come to this point to help you understand the situation of India, what she was under, who was ruling her, what kind of atrocities must be going on with the people of India. By the time 17th century has arrived, you now have a clear picture, right? Now I will be able to enter into the detailed stories, because now the Maratha Empire angle begins. It all begins with the story of Shahji Raje Bhonsle. And do you know how Shahji Raje Bhonsle is connected with the entire story series that we are planning on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj? If you know the connection, then please do comment and let me know what do you know about Shahji Raje Bhonsle and how is he connected with Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. For some, it's very obvious, right? But for many, they don't know. So if you don't know, you can research and you can comment. I hope you all have been enjoying this video series till now. The next episode is going to be very, very interesting. You will get to witness the genius of Shahji Raje Bhonsle. You will get to witness the circumstances in which he was living. You will get to witness the pains and the sorrows his glorious wife had to go through. And that will give you the clarity and the context to the story of Shivaji Maharaj. It will help you understand the purpose behind all of his actions. It will help you understand why he was the way he was. It all starts with the story of Shahji Raje Bhonsle and his glorious wife, Jijamata Bhonsle, whom we very lovingly know as Jizao. So I wish to see you on the other side. The detailing has just begun. If you have liked this video and you have loved my presentation, then I would be happy to see your comments in my comment section. It gives creators like us a lot of encouragement to continue this story further. I thank you very much for patient listening. Jai Hind.